Okay, let's go. No intro or anything, let's jump in it. Iceberg made by Reddit user, the camera. Here we go. First tier charmx. Charmx was the previous internet persona of Fresh Cut Slim. It lasted from around 2014 to 2021. While it started off as a gaming channel, it soon turned into a reaction channel where he would react to all sorts of videos, and soon the channel eventually became more of a jack of trades, talking about whatever he wanted. Besides the original charmx, there was also charmx 2, 3 and plays. The channel was very popular, accumulating around 1 million subscribers before his departure. Speaking of which, retirement. On March 31, 2021, FCS would private every video on his main channel, and left up 2 goodbye videos. At first, a lot of people, including myself, thought it was a April Fool's prank, considering it came out the day before April 1st, but it quickly became apparent it wasn't a joke, and soon fans started to archive his content. And after that, silence for 2 years. From March 31, 2021 to around late October of 2023 we heard nothing from charmx, and it was very concerning to say the least. Now if I was writing this a few months ago, then this segment would end here, but on October 23, 2023, the channel would remove its last 2 videos, then put the channel on in branded. I recommend watching Slick O Nick to follow the story of his eventual return, but long story short, he slowly but surely turned a new leaf on his channel, turning it into his return. Charmx returned under Fresh Cut Slim, having more of a music focus. So far he's released 29 songs as of this writing, and 3 albums. While his channel has shaked up a bit, he still does reactions on this new channel, just not as much, and it's mostly YTPS he reacts to. Parents' Basement. From his first charmx video all the way to his Mr. Beast 2020 Rewind reaction, he lived and recorded in his parents' house. It was a recurring joke in his community that he lived and breathed in his parents' basement, like some sort of basement dweller or something, but he always swore to move out of his parents' house when he farmed up the money. He eventually moved out on January 4, 2021, and I think I speak for all of us when I say that this was a hype moment in the charmx story. I know I lost my marbles when I saw him in his apartment. Captain America. On March 2018, charmx introduced a Captain America bobblehead as his new friend, and from there, Captain America, or Cap as it was shortened to, became somewhat of charmx's sidekick, giving his thoughts on whatever video he was watching.
Drinking. My wife just took the kids randomly. I guess that
Creator of Slim Pop. You know Pop? Yeah, apparently Cut Slim has made his own version of it, Slim Pop. That's it. Beanie Boy. Back when FCS was in his charmx era, he was given the nickname Beanie Boy because he, well, wore a beanie. Moving on. My name's Jeff. My name's Jeff was charmx's favorite meme, as he would mention so a lot in his vids.
Okay. What's it gonna be?
My name is Jeff.
Okay.
Or not Char, I'll just call him Carl. Wasn't born with a beard. He used to beardless in his really old videos. He would say how bad he looked without his beard. Reaction channels. I'm not sure what this is on about, but this could be referring to the fact that Carl had a lot of reaction channels, 3 to be exact. I don't know. Tier 2. The subreddit. When a YouTuber gets big, a subreddit about them is soon to come, and Carl got one through his charmx era, and Carl would eventually react to between 2020–2021. Hell, I posted a few pieces of art on the subreddit for him to see. I would get excited whenever he made a new video, hoping to see him react to my art. I mean, look at this. High art right there. It was bold and brash. Merch. Around late 2019, Carl started up Beanie Boy merch, which was pretty much his YouTube merch. However, ever since he left his charmx persona, the merch has been discontinued. So yeah, let me know if you got one when it was still up. Zucchini King. Zucchini King was one of Carl's character he would play during the charmx era. You would mostly see him in skits Carl would upload. He was the king of zucchinis. He even appeared in Grande. Cool. charmx Plays was Carl's 4th channel under the charmx name, and surprise surprise, Carl would play games and stuff like that pretty much. Hair reveal. From 2014-ish to 2020, Carl had always worn a beanie in his reaction, gaming and vlog content, and people for a long time had been wondering what he would look like without his beanie. From him being bold to have long as shit hair, We were all wondering, but Carl assured us that if he hit 1 million subscribers on any of his channel, he'll reveal what's under the hat. He eventually hit it in the middle of 2020, and when it happened, it was massive endgame event, and it turned out he had a long, muscular, busty, he was bold. What I'm a supposed to
What am I doing with my hands? I've been recording for so long and I can't get my thoughts across. What am I supposed to say?
The site
why? Clip speaks for itself. Archives. While people have been archiving Carl's videos, going back to his 2014 gaming days, when he left on 2021, people went into archiving mode, archiving as many reaction videos they could find, either from YouTube poopers who downloaded a bunch of his videos to put in y.t.ps, or from people going to the Internet Archive. A good majority of his videos have been archived, however there are some that are lost to time, such as his reactions to the SML first grade series, his reactions to the Bowser Jr. Goes to Disney World, and a lot of his lesser viewed reactions are also missing. However, with him back as Fresh Cut Slim, there's a good chance he could give out the videos since they're still private on his channel, but considering he wants to move on from the charmx days, the chances of him doing that are very slim. Or should I say Fresh Cut Slim? Ha 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 ha. Anyway. Unbranded. When Carl unbranded his channel, that was the name that appeared instead of charmx. Carl is charmx aka Fresh Cut Slim's real name. We know this because 1. He said so in his old Q&A videos.
Real name. What is your real name?
My real name is Carl with a K, and that name has cursed me.
Moving out. As I said on Layer 1, Carl ended up moving out around January 2021. He still lives there to this very day, in fact. Layer 3. Jar of So's. For 250k subscribers, charmx ate a jar of sauce or so's. Similar to Zucchini King, it became a meme and a running gag on his channel. Other intros. While his most popular and well-known intro was, "Play the song, you know the one," he had a surprising amount of intros. Most noticeably, his Halloween and Christmas intos. Him changing the music a few times and small iterations.
Let's go.
Account. charmx had a Twitter account. Yeah, I am not sure why this is here. Feel me up in the comments and I'll be sure to update soon. Censorship of content. Because of how strict YouTube's guidelines started to become in the late 2010s, Carl complied and would censor a few things when needed, but as the rules became stricter and stricter, particularly around the Kappa era, he went a bit overboard with censoring. Like censor words like cancer, COVID and gun. Pretty anything could have a slight negative or offensive meaning, while it—
Hey guys, I'm charmx. Today I'm going to be reacting to YTP Buzz catches the C virus. That's the current, the current situation going on. He catches that by Hour of Poop. Hour of Poop makes a
meaning, while it was annoying for some fans, you can't deny. It gave us some funny moments.
Not anybody. Today I'm gonna be reacting to charmx. I'm a special type of somebody. It gets horrible while watching. Oh no! No! So hopefully, it's so annoying.
And they are okay. charmx starts talking about how YouTube is strict and how YouTube ranks channels for the frickin' millionth time. Then do some crazy face along with some loud noise like this.
Bean Boozled. When the whole Bean Boozled thing was big in the mid-2010s, Carl jumped on board and did not 1 but 2 videos on the thing. And just in case you're not familiar with the Bean Boozled challenge, you spin a table, and get a bean that would either taste good or nasty. And Carl got a few of the bad ones. The sound he made when he got the bad ones became meme material for YouTube poops made about him. Oh, speaking of which, YTPS, typically when a YouTuber gets big, they get a few YouTube poops made about them, and Carl got an entire community making them for him to react to. He reacted to YTPS typically made by Roxy, YTP, Sodom and Jack M7 and many more. Since his return, YTPS have come back now about his Fresh Cut Slim persona. Mental breakdown from Paula Deen YTP. This is referring to the time Carl reacted to a Paula Deen YTP, and completely lost it, just laughing hard as all hell, even crying of laughter like look at this.
So you need butter. butter.
He would later go on to say that he wasn't in the right frame of mind when reacting to the video. Creepy YTP music. So, during charmx YTPS, it was common for them to play this play music. Carl really liked it and would get quite excited when it would play.
Oh. What did you do?
Charmo. On January 16, 2017, Cyanide in Happiness or Explosive Entertainment made a 3-minute animation called Charmo Reacts, somewhat satirizing charmx and reaction channels in general. He eventually reacted to it, and while was scared he would get harshly made fun of, they went quite easy on him, and laughed along the jokes at his suspense. Getting known. A running gag in Carl's community was him getting known. If you don't know what the known was, think Rickroll but known. In fact, on his subreddit, there was a challenge to known him in the cleverest way possible without him catching on.
Okay, I love the no meme when it's on other people and other people are getting known, because it's funny. But when it's on me, I hate it. I hate it. That's why, like, if I see them on the subreddit, I normally just skip over it because I can't stand it.
Part 4. Carl Clouter. In an old Q&A, Carl claimed his second name was Clouter. His fans couldn't tell if he was joking or not since Clouter sounds quite goofy. You're gonna have to take my word for this, but I'm pretty sure when his fresh cut slim profile showed up, his second name was something completely different. In editing I'll try to find it. But either he was just kidding or maybe he changed it, since as we all know, he got quite paranoid about his life in his later years on the site. I don't know. Dyslexia. charmx has said in a few videos that he had dyslexia, which if you don't know what it is, they'll put it on screen. So it explains moments like this.
I can't
Mental state before YouTube. In his last video. No, not that one. Yes, that one. He stated that before YouTube he was in a very dark place mentally. Play clip, and had many dates set to endgame himself.
Experiences in my life. And before YouTube took off, I was in a very dark place in my life. And what I mean by that is, if you don't know already, I have bipolar and I get bad anxiety. There's a whole host of issues with me and my mood. And before YouTube, was taking off, it was so bad for me. I mean, I had my suicide date planned out and everything. But before I got to that point, or before I got there,
fortunately he found joy in YouTube and his mental state started to improve immensely, for a while at least. 2 dogs and a rabbit. Carl mentioned that he had a rabbit and he also had a dog. In fact, you can see it in one of his reactions to a Cyanide in Happiness video. Noisy neighbors. I think this was referring to the fact that when he moved to his new place, he had a minor issue with people who he assumed were kids, running around above his apartment. Fresh cut slim mask. To prevent any anxiety through making videos, he wore a mask to make himself feel more comfortable making videos. In his first few FCS videos, he wore an alien-like mask. But after realizing it was hard for people to hear him with a face-covering mask, he cut off the bottom part, and it has stayed like that since. Canadian. Carl is Canadian, you can tell since his voice has a slight Canadian accent, and he said it himself in an old Q&A. Also, when you went to his gaming channel, the location was set in Canada, so that pretty much confirms it. Despite that, in his later charmx videos, he would try to act like he lived in America or the U.S. While he did technically live in America, he would see world issues in an United States angle. Also, apparently when he reacted to an YouTube poop about him, and it said he was in Canada, he said, "Why do people think I'm Canadian?" Before cutting it off mid-sentence. I would show you the clip but I can't find it anywhere. charmx Games. Carl's first channel under the charmx name was charmx Games, and was made on 2014. On this channel he would play games and stuff like that. The channel however got taken down due to some strikes. The Critical Bastard was the first known YouTube channel Carl had. He had a Twitter account to accompany the channel as well. A few videos have been archived. But that's it. Not much is known about the channel's intent, but judging from the few videos archived, it seemed to be a drama channel in a similar fashion to Leafy as Hero H3H3. Terminated channels. Carl has stated before charmx he had multiple other channels. Considering after all this time the channels haven't been found. They were either terminated or maybe just buried under the amount of channels there are on this site now. It's also worth noting that his original charmx channels got taken down, so there's that. I feel like I am missing something, so let me know down in the comments if I landed the mark on this one. Part 5. Draw My Life. For 100k subscribers he did a Draw My Life, but instead of a typical heartfelt Draw My Life video, it was one where he took the entire story of Batman and framed as his life.
As I had no parents, I was left in the care of Alfred Pennyworth, who was our butler at the time. A few years later, I left home to travel around the world learning how to fight and develop my mind. After many years of studying and training with my body and mind developed to perfection, despite having all the skills and methods to fight crime, I still felt that there was something missing in the completion of my physical and mental arsenal. I discovered the answer late one night.
Asking for archive channels to stop uploading his videos. Okay, this was one's gonna be interesting. So around the time charmx deleted charmx 2 and 3. He specifically told archiving channels not to re-upload his videos. This was weird to a lot of archivers since he usually doesn't care. They still archived his videos anyway because we didn't need another lost media case on our hands. However, he made an exception to people who made YTPS for him to keep or re-upload the reaction.
I don't know what's down the road for me, but I know that my journey on YouTube, at least as a creator, ends here. Now, I plan on deleting all my videos if they haven't already been deleted. I do not want people uploading them or re-uploading them. The reason for this is because I want to be forgotten. I want to, I don't go outside because of my paranoia of being recognized. I don't do things because of
actions he made to them. Cut to when he officially left. He told no one to re-upload his main reaction videos. No buts this time. He said in quotes, "I want to be forgotten," so when people did re-upload his videos they would be met with a gang of commenters saying the same thing, he wants to be forgotten. Not taking into account he might have only said that out of spuff due to his deteriorating mental health at the time. It's still up on the air if people can re-upload his videos, but since he watches YTPS with his old videos on the Fresh Cut Slim account it might be cool now, I don't know. Drama Now. Similar to the Critical Bastard, this was an experimental channel Carl had to see if he could tap into the drama scene. It came about after his OG charmx channel got nuked. There are a few videos archived, so check them out if you want to. It's pretty much drama alert with Carl's voice.
And Prankster with over 11 million subscribers on his 2 channels. Now, a few days ago, Fuzi actually bought a new motorcycle, which this is his second one, and
through the Wayback Machine, a lot of charmx videos have been found. Most notably his reactions, but a few videos from his older channels have also been found, like I think a few Critical Bastard and Dramano videos were also found through it. Papamems was the Twitter account I mentioned earlier when talking about the account that accompanied TBC. It has been inactive since around 2016. charmx haters. Yeah, charmx has haters like every other YouTuber in existence. Moving on. Leaked hair reveal. On charmx 2 he uploaded a DIY video. But before the video started, he showed a clip of his car, but in the reflection of the car you could see Carl without his beanie and it looked like he had a buzz cut. charmx, I guess not wanting people to see his head so soon, deleted the video, and considering I couldn't find the video anywhere, it's lost media. charmx movie. Okay, so in one of charmx's subreddit videos a fan claimed they were making a full feature-length movie on the guy. The movie eventually released on 2021 called charmx Does America. I haven't seen it, but from what it looks great from an animation standpoint. Give it a watch if you're interested. His birthday. In a Q&A he said his birthday was on September the 30th. Bipolar disorder. charmx stated a handful of times that he could have bipolar due to his extreme mood swings he would have through days.
Well, this is just stupid. I was back to being like depressed. I used to, shall I say, go through these crazy up and downs, almost like bipolar. I don't think I'm bipolar, but it was quite wild. And so I was back.
Tear 6. Self-made YTPS. Okay, so I remember around 2020 charmx uploaded a video making his own YTP. If I remember correctly, he used a Paula Deen video and edited it, YouTube pooping it as they say more professionally. He specifically used this one sound bite and reused it a bit. That video hasn't been re-uploaded, so say it with me. It's lost media. But seriously though, someone find it for me please, that in the first grade series. Anxiety and paranoia and mental health. I'm gonna put his mental health problems here because I think it fits well here. Carl would mention a lot that he didn't have the best PSCY, but I definitely got worst going into the 2020s. He would talk about how he wasn't taking his medical pills. He was smelling things that weren't there, was feeling really unmotivated, and in general just didn't seem all that happy in life. You can really see this in his 2021 reactions, like look at him man. And his anxiety played a big part in it. With him mentioning a lot that he didn't like going outside because he was scared of getting noticed, and he would never announce his birthday at school cause he hated attention.
I don't go outside because of my paranoia of being recognized. I don't do things because of paranoia of being recognized. I want to be forgotten so I can go outside and I can live life without my paranoia.
Fortunately, as of late he seems to be migrating these issues, most noticeably by wearing a mask in videos to help him better on camera. So hopefully things are getting back on track for his mental health. Attempts to make music beforehand. Carl had interest in making music before Fresh Cut Slim, such as him having a guitar to play tunes and expressing his consideration of making music.
Cute. I love cats so much. I just want to kiss its cheek. Sometimes I feel bad for charmx. Moving out, mental issues, game design, daily uploads, charmx. Also, I might be adding making music on top of this. I've been considering making music. So, I don't know. I mean, I got a
PewDiePie video feature. I could be wrong here, but I think this is referring to a charmx video appearing in the feed of a PewDiePie video. I could be very wrong. Correct me in the comments please, all three of you. Instagram trolls. I don't want this means. I guess he had trolls on Instagram. Carpal tunnel. I think charmx mentioned a few times he had carpal tunnel. If you don't know what that is, I'll put that on screen. Religion. Carl is indeed a Christian, as he mentioned in his last videos. Hyundai Elantra. That's the car charmx has or had, maybe, I guess. I think you can tell from his deleted DIY video. You know, the one with the hair reveal. Play the clip editing me. Tensions with SMG4. I probably should have mentioned this in the paranoia part, but around that time, 2021, charmx started to delete certain reaction series from his channel. If I remember correctly, he took down his MatPat videos, and for this iceberg's part, SMG4 reactions. He said the reason he took them down was because he wasn't sure if SMG4 or MatPat would be cool with reactions to their videos and didn't want to take a risk with it, so he took them down. First known videos. It's accepted that the first charmx video was a Happy Wheel gameplay he made back in 2014, but there could have been videos made as far back as the late 2000s, early 2010s, since Carl said he had a bunch of channels before charmx. They could have been deleted or are still on the site somewhere, left dead for years. Pipe Pivot Monitor. Okay, so Pipe Pivot Monitor, or the Pipe Pivot O, was a YouTube poop channel that made, well, YouTube poops, and charmx would react to them on a frequent basis on his charmx3 channel. The owner of the channel, however, Adam Suanbarai, had a history of abuse from his family. Reportedly, they even broke his laptop at one point. This drove him of the edge enough, and on February 17, 2019, he unfortunately took his own life at the young age of 15 as well. charmx would later pay respects on charmx3, and the Pipe Pivot channel would be shut down and left as an archive. So yeah, it's a really sad situation. Rest in peace, Adam. Hair lost leading to baldness. Well then, that last one was quite heavy. Time for a power cleanser. So it's no secret at this point that charmx is bald, and there have been a bunch of theories to why that's the case. But charmx himself said that he just shaved it off because he didn't like how bad his forehead was. Car crash, road rage. Carl has stated before he's been in a car crash. I'll show the clip here.
old recollection. Charmx, were you really a victim of a car accident? If you were, can you explain? Yes, I was. I remember it as if it was yesterday. Like, when you get into an accident, you, for the most part, you remember it. But yeah.
Sure what the road rage part means though. Pausing reaction to get eggs. Okay, I have no idea what this one means. Did that actually happen? He paused a reaction to get eggs. When? I've seen almost every video and I don't remember something like that happening. It's in quotations though, so this could be a joke. I don't know, correct me in the comments. Being an uncle. Carl is an uncle, he said so in a reaction video. It's also where these memes spawn. Guyoting was I think Carl's Twitter to accompany his, the critical bastard, account. Forgetting to edit certain things. There are some examples of this happening, such as outtakes, and messing up words. Cue the clip.
I can't speak!
Android and PC game. Throughout 2019 and 2020, charmx would often talk about his game he was developing but for whatever reason refused to give the name of the game. Fans were always confused on why he didn't do that, me included. But he scraped the game anyway when it wasn't performing the way he wanted. And I believe the PC game was never finished. Children's book. Just like the video game, this was something Carl was doing on the side during 2018. He mentioned there were problems with the artist and that the book was a pain to produce. He got it out to my memory, but just like the video game it didn't do too well either. Toyota RAV4 was a car Carl had, I assume, before his current one. I don't know. The Evil Part 7. Schizophrenia. This again ties in with the mental health stuff. Carl would say he would see and smell things that weren't there, and even was on medication for it. Victim of doxing. Apparently charmx got doxed. When I initially searched this up I could have sworn I saw something related to this topic, but I searched it up again and couldn't find anything. But I guess he got doxed, though I don't think things got serious or anything, so yeah. charmx3 live stream. Okay, so during 2021 to 2022 charmx's channels were empty with no videos. All of them except for charmx3 where for some reason, you could see a live stream video, but don't get too excited since when you play it nothing happens. I'm not sure why it's there since charmx never wanted or at the very least didn't see any live streams happening, mostly due to his fear of saying something cancel worthy. So with him back as fresh cut slim he might explain why that's there. Wilson Perez YTP. When I searched up the name all I could find were Go Animate videos. Remember when those were a thing? Hey anyway. I searched up charmx with it and found this. Holy crap. I dug a bit deeper, and by that I mean went to the creator of the iceberg, and according to them, Wilson Perez YTP was a YouTube pooper and was infamous for his weird creepy YTPs, not like Sodomin where they were just edgy. No, he apparently had pictures of kids cheese poof more. Cleaner term, in these videos like enough to put you behind bars, like it wasn't good according to them. I guess he made a charmx YTP. And I haven't seen the video, I think the thumbnail was enough, but if that description's true then yeah I ain't watching it. Super Animate. This might Carl's most obscure channel. This was an old channel charmx had for animations. Not much is really known about this channel since all the videos have been wiped and I'm not sure if any videos were archived. But hey. It's here. Lol 21230. This was another one I had to run to the creator for. So lol 21230 was a troll who spreaded misinformation about charmx it seemed, and from the way the creator of the iceberg describes it, it seems like he was spreading quite edgy and horrible information on the guy. So yeah. Suicidal thoughts. Again I mentioned this in the mental state part, but to recap, charmx's life before YouTube was far from perfect. He said he had dates planned for offing himself. It wasn't until he found YouTube where his mental well-being started to improve, and yeah, everything I said before in that entire. Carl Keaton. This was the name I was on about. It was seen on the Fresh Cut Slim list thing. And listed him as the producer. It's still unknown if this is his real name or not since he's given mixed signals over the years, but I'm pretty sure this is his actual name and the others were jokes. Activity during retirement. Fresh Cut Slim recently uploaded a video saying what he's done in the years in between his retirement and return. I assume this was made before he made that video. So just watch that instead since it's coming from the man himself. Watch it. Gimme your cowboy boots Rand. Okay, so I thought this was a joke entry at first, but the more deeper I looked, Going to the creator of the iceberg, this is referencing an old channel from 2015 which has a very familiar name. Apparently according to the op this was a video on his channel, you know, the cowboy
Your cowboy boots, Ran. Fuck off, Liam.
thing, and I eventually found it. Though it was a short, which is why I had a bit of trouble finding it. The voice does kinda sound like Carl, but I'm not too sure. This very well could be him, but I kinda doubt it considering he's hanging out with guys look like they're in their teens, and when this video was made Carl was roughly around 20 to 21 years old, so I mean it could be an old video from the 2000s just uploaded on the channel, but until Carl says something we don't know. Very very interesting though. I hope you guys enjoyed the iceberg. I apologize if I missed out any crucial details. If I did, I'll be sure to leave an update in the comments. Bye bye smiley face.